how thick should your yarn be? Well, it should be about as thick as spaghetti. For yarn that's as thick as spaghetti, when you go shopping for needles, the important things to look for. So, first of all, there's two kinds of needles that you will see in the needle aisle. The first kind is the straight needles. So they're long and they have a thingamabob at the end. Those are the needles you don't want to buy. For your hat, the important needles to buy are the circular needles. You can tell they're circular because they're connected by a wire. Sometimes it actually says on the package, circular knitting needles. And so there's two important measurements on the circular knitting package. The first one is 4 millimeters. 4 millimeters is the diameter of the needle. You want this number to be either 4 or 4.5. The second number is here, and here it's 24 inches, but it can be anywhere between 20 and 30. And that's the length of the wire. You don't want the wire to be longer than 30 inches. So those are the needles we're going to use. I'm going to teach you how to cast on. In order for knitting to occur, there needs to be loops on the needles. So to make this easier, I'm going to do a certain thing. I'm going to draw an arrow here on my thumb, going up the thumb. I'm going to draw an arrow here on my forefinger, going down the forefinger. It's going to help us a lot in the future. I'm going to teach you one method of casting on. So this is my end, it's purple, and then it goes on to being blue. I'm going to leave about 20 inches hanging off, and then I'm going to take my thumb and forefinger and I'm going to put it underneath the yarn. Then I'm going to take the rest of my fingers and hold it in place. It produces this sort of setup. Next, I'm going to hold my needles together like this, and I'm going to put them underneath the horizontal bit, like this. Next, I'm going to sweep along the arrow that I drew on my thumb. It actually helps to touch your finger. And then sweep along the arrow I drew on my finger. And then what happens next? Well, it seems that the needles are poised to go through this loop over here on the thumb. And then I'm going to slip the loop off the thumb and tighten. I'm going to do that again. This is the setup. Under the horizontal bit of yarn, sweep along the thumb, sweep along the finger, go through the loop that is on the thumb, slip it off the thumb, tighten. The next stitch is very similar, with the exception of, well, you don't go under the horizontal bit because there is no horizontal bit. Sweep along the thumb, make sure to touch it, sweep along the finger, through the thumb, tighten. Sweep along the thumb, sweep along the finger, through the thumb, tighten. Sweep, sweep, through the loop, tighten. So, you see, I am casting on the needles. Oops. I've cast on 5 stitches. So here I have cast on 15 stitches. What am I going to do next? Well, in order to prepare myself to knit, I'm going to take one of the needles and I'm going to slip it off. So now I have all these stitches nice and loose on one needle. Next, I'm going to take them and stretch them. Stretch, stretch, like this. And I'm going to hold my needles in such a way that the stitches are on the left. And now, we're ready to knit.